The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good afternoon from TFNN. You know, we're going to cut the normal open just because I've got kind of a little nasty throat out there. But hey, look, welcome to the September 5th, the terrific Thursday edition of today's Trader's Edge. Steve Rhodes here. Good to be back with you. Hope everybody had a great holiday weekend. Extended on my part, the vacation due to Hurricane Dorian. A little tough to get back to the Palm Beach airport. But we're back in the saddle again right now. We got the Dow trading up 386 points. It's about 1.5%. The S&P is up 1%. It's 35 points. NDX 100 up 1.5%, 118 points. So everything is mean and green to the upside. Spot volatility index finally trading below the 50-day exponential moving average. She's trading at 1621. I think it's around 17 and change out there at the 50-day level. Gold's back 33 bucks. Silver down 67 cents. Light sweet crude up 74 cents. Leading the charge dollar-wise, the upside booking holdings. That's 47 bucks. Amazon's up 30. Google's up 27. Mercado Libre up 20 to the downside. Individual stock-wise would be Meredith Corp down about 26% or 11 bucks. Credit Suisse off 11, 7%. A couple others to the downside. Of course, I want to look at what you want to look at. And so the first requests that have come in have been to take a look at the TAS market profiles for the equity futures contract. So let's go right to that. By the way, I'd love to hear from you. You can give us a call at 877-927-6648. If you can't call in, we've got you covered. You can send me an email, steve@tfnn.com. Inside that subject heading, please put radio show question in the Tiger's Den. Any ping will do. So if we go take a look at those TAS market profiles out here, we've got the ES Mini. That's in the left-hand side, the NQ next to it. Then you've got the Dow, and then finally on the very right-hand side, the Russell 2000. So here's what we know if you can follow along with this chart out here, and that is, if you take a look at the ES Mini and you look at, you're going to see a rectangular box. You're going to see one rectangular box that's all solid lines. That's the bottom half out there. That's the consolidation that the S&P 500 equity futures contract has been trading in for quite some time. When you say quite some time, we're going back to the trading day of August the 2nd. It's now September the 5th, for so nearly a full solid month out there. And today is a breakout of that consolidation pattern. That takes us to the rectangular dashed portion of the box. We know that when you break a consolidation pattern, the move is equal to or greater than the consolidation. That gives you a price target of 30.71 on the ES Mini. If we take a look, and that's assuming that you close above the top of the consolidation today, and that's at about the 29.45 level. I've got no indication to suggest that the market's going to give back these gains. But, you know, oftentimes when you break a consolidation, not you specifically, but a market, an instrument out there, price can come back and test the top of that consolidation. So that remains one possibility out here. Doesn't have to, but it is one possibility. If it does happen, I don't want you to think like, oh my God, this was the huge sell out there. It's not. Now, I haven't been with you for nearly 2 weeks, but it is not the sell out there, just to make sure that we've got that clear. Now, maybe it is, and we'll take a look at those profiles, and somebody will say, well, but Steve-O, in the ES Mini, you're overlooking that daily bottom of that profile that thus far looks like it's acted as resistance. That's at the 29.77 level, 29.77, and we'll call 0.25 one tick out there. And that is the bottom of the box that there's no new daily profile for the ES Mini. Hasn't been one really since the last profile that formed was on August the 7th out here. Unlike the NQ, that's a chart that's next to it. It did produce a new profile back on August the 7th, but in this case here, it had the bottom of the box, and the top here is at 80.31. It's a bearish structured box. The center line is at 79.51. That's why it's a bearish structured box out there. So the ES Mini, you know, look, resistance should be the bottom. It's traded up into it. It's trading right below that level. So is it the bottom of that TAS profile that is key out here, or is it the breakout of the consolidation? I'm going to defer to the breakout of the consolidation at 30.71-ish target range. Yes, that is correct. Now, if you take a look at the NQ out here, it too breaking the consolidation level. As long as price today, we'll say closes over 77.80 now, we'll call it 77.90. Then you've got a confirmed consolidation. Again, price can pull back, test it, reject it, and move higher. That higher would be 82.35. Now, both of those would take us to new all-time highs. And by the way, that measured move out there, I'm not saying that that's where price stops. It could be equal to or greater than the consolidation pattern out there. In the case of the Dow Equity Futures contract, it had a new profile that formed back here on the trading day of August 16th. It was bearish in structure, and it's a Dow Equity Futures contract that is the most important to both you and I in identifying what this market wants to do. Why? Because today, so far, is a close above that bearish structured box. And there's nothing more bullish than a failed bearish pattern out there. So as long as the Dow Equity Futures contract closes above 26.48, and you have to say you'd like to see that have follow through tomorrow, meaning another close above the 26.48 level. This says 27.548 is what it's painting as the first projection, initial projection of that consolidation breakout. Now, if you take a look at the Russell 2000 Equity Futures contract, it's trading above a descending trend line. It made its move to the top of the box out there at the 1527 level. Did it get right up to it? No, it didn't. The actual intra-session high is 1525.50 out there. Now, that's close enough for my work. And then price has backed off. So, you know, what's the Russell? What's the message of the Russell 2000? Look, it's weaker than the others. It'll take its cue from the other equity futures contract, in my opinion, out there. And so I think all eyes should be on those other three, the ES, the NQ, and the Dow Equity Futures contract. They're all signaling, based upon the consolidation move in the Dow Equity Futures contract, in its TAS market profile, is signaling it wants higher price, 27.548. Now, I'm not saying it's going to be a straight shot out there. It could be a straight shot, but we'll probably know between the hours of 6 and 11 o'clock tonight. Yeah, that's right. Between 6 and 11. Now, I won't be with you, but you'll be able to take a look at the equity futures contract, and if you see them trading above the high of the day, I don't know if the high of the day is in just yet. If it was in just yet, well, inside the ES Mini, that level would be, what would it be? It would be 29.8650. Inside the NQ, the high of the day so far, 78.8675. And in the Dow, that level is 26.844. So now it may be the high of the day comes in at the contract close. I don't know. But here's the deal. Here's the drill out there. If you see price trading above the high of the day between 6 o'clock this evening and 11, then that's telling you you're going to see this market continue to motor on to the upside. It'll have a giganto momentum move signal that'll be in place out there. That's what you're going to be looking for. Now, I know a few of you might be saying, well, Steve-O, you've been away for about 2 weeks out there. How can you say what you just said? Well, if we take a look at the Dow Equity Futures contract, because I think that is really going to be the key here, with its busting out above that bearish structured box out there, here's what we know. Here's what Stevie knows. If you take a look at the last bottom that came in here, that was a TD setup 9 count. Let's go ahead and get that cursor out there. You can see that number. That was at about 2 o'clock in the afternoon last week, September the 3rd. Maybe it was this week. My days have kind of been jumbled together, if you know what I mean. And if you take a look at the previous high out there, well, that happened on the 9 count as well. That happened at about 9 o'clock in the morning back on the trading session of August the 30th. Now, you might say, well, hey, the 9 number wasn't the high. That's right. It can be the bar following bar 9. We're in bar 9 right now. That'll close at 2 p.m. The bar following bar 9, that closes at the contract close this afternoon. That's why between 6 and 11, you may get your signal if there's going to be a retracement or just a motoring on to the upside. We'll be right back.
If you're not currently using the TAS Profile Scanner when looking at setting up your trading opportunities, then your arsenal is short a mighty weapon. The TAS Profile Scanner is a standalone piece of software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Headed by Steve Dahl, TAS understands that in today's technological world, the use of top-flight software applications and technical analysis expertise is essential to successful trading in today's market. You also gain access to the webinar that Steve Dahl and Tom O'Brien just hosted, The Best Way to Use the TAS Profile Scanner to Profit. This webinar archive is available for all subscribers immediately upon signing up. All new subscriptions also come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Start your subscription by visiting the front page of TFNN.com today, and you'll find the TAS Profile Scanner under the Services tab. Sign up today. Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today.
Many of our new listeners have heard about The Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive The Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on The Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN has launched our brand new website. You can still visit us at the same TFNN.com URL, but when you do, you'll see a new and improved homepage with a much simpler navigation, whether you're watching Tiger TV live in high definition or just accessing your newsletter subscriptions. We even have new pricing in 6 months and yearly options. Check out the new TFNN.com now and experience all the upgrades. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. So now we were taking a look at the Dow Equity Futures contract. I was giving you the time frame. You know, after 6 o'clock tonight, you'll have a pretty good indication as to the message of the markets. Right now, it would appear that there's going to be a short-term top. So anticipate a retracement. And I said we really would focus on both the ES, the NQ, and the Dow. We looked at the Dow, the 5-hour time frame. Here are the 5-hour time frame charts for the ES, NQ, and the Dow Equity Futures contract. You'll see that each of them are in bar number 9 of that TD setup 9 count in bar number 10, if you will. There's bar following 9. That's going to complete at the contract close this afternoon. And that's why if you see a higher high, it tells us of a continuation of that pattern. Now, the reality is a continuation higher could take place between the 11 and 4 a.m. time frame and 4 a.m. and 9, because each bar is 5 hours out there, with the exception of the last bar, which takes place between 2 and the contract close out here. So that's what I would be watching for. That's what I am watching for out here. So not to get too caught up into the jubilation, so to speak, but the fly in the financial ointment, so to speak, out here is that spot volatility index. So let's go take a look at it. If we take a look at the spot volatility index, first thing we're going to see here, it's priced at 1614. The actual 50-day exponential moving average number is 1708. This chart here is one that's most important to both you and I, and that is that price is now below that 50-day line at 1708. We're trading at 1615. I don't know where the end of the day closes, but if there is a close below that today and there's additional follow through tomorrow, what that puts you into is the favorable liquidity cycle out there. And what this also communicates to you and I is that very likely what the spot volatility index would be doing is targeting the lower Bollinger Band. Now, it's not your traditional Bollinger Band. This is using the 50-to-1 setting out there, and that gets you down into the 1313 level. It's as price gets down to there that we would be beginning to take a look at maybe some kind of market top. Maybe. We'll just have to see what patterns are present. But the pattern that's important to take a look at now is one that we just looked at. The spot volatility index trading below its 50-day exponential moving average. I know you might say, well, why is that important? The reason that's important is just simply because, generally speaking, when the spot volatility index is below its 50-day exponential moving average, that would be all the green rectangular boxes in the upper part of my screen to the lower part of my screen. What the S&P 500 does is it moves high, basically moves higher to sideways out there. And the exact opposite, those would be the yellow boxes, are what take the S&P 500 is trading when the spot volatility index is trading above its 50-day exponential moving average. Now, you like to see follow through. So tomorrow's close, today's close is important. Tomorrow's close is just as important with regard to that spot volatility index. But you don't really need to be a technician. Well, you need to be a technician just simply to understand this. But you can put this tool on your charts out there, the spot volatility index, the 50-day, and you can use that as just a simple guide as to what the market is communicating to you. And then when people say to you, hey, you know, the spot volatility index, there's a complacency in the market, which is something that is not tradable. You'll be able to turn that station off. Because what the Sam heck does that mean? Instead, at least you've got a trading vehicle to give you the weather outlook for the S&P 500. And so now you've got, now with regard to the New York Stock Exchange, it was earlier in the day up about the, and when I say it, I'm referring to, of course, the advanced decline oscillator reading. That's that center panel out there. Now, it was above plus 150 today. And so at the plus 150 level, this is where we can see failures. Now, it's trading at 133.56 right now. It's a closing basis that I use out here. So we're getting close to that. Now, if price were to close over the 150 level, the plus 150 level, what that does when you see a reading above that, it tells you about higher price to come in the future. It doesn't necessarily have to be tomorrow, but it tells you of no significant major top out there. So for those folks that are calling some kind of major top, major top in what? I'm refreshed. I'm on vacation, but nothing has changed out there with regard to the technical tools and the patterns that you and I like to trade out there. So now there can be those plus 150 failures. And so it's important for us to take a look at that, combine that with what you and I are looking at as that 9-count pattern inside of the 5-hour time frame charts. But the difference today is that spot volatility index being below the 50-day, whereas the last two out there, we had the spot volatility index above the 50-day exponential moving average. So this one could be slightly different out there, but we'll have a good feel with regard to that 9-count pattern, as I say, in the overnight action, early morning action that is out there. But right now, everything here is looking very bullish inside the equity markets out there, and it would say that the next real stop inside the NQ that you and I'd be paying attention to would be the top of that bearish structured box in the 80.31 level out there for the NQ. Now, there is a request to go take a look at the TAS market profiles for Goldilocks out there. That coming from Peter, and that's sponsored by Peter in Park City. Now, Peter, if we take a look at gold, here I've got really two different profiles for you and I to take a look at. This one here is coming from my e-signal, and sometimes the e-signal application will generate a different set of profiles than my Ninja Trader. Why? I don't know. I ask the question time and time again. I really don't get a clear answer. So instead, we just simply have two tools that we can use. But right here, Peter, what we're taking a look at, and this goes to another question somebody wrote in and said, where's a good buy in the nugget out there? Well, the good buy in the nugget would be gold. When Goldilocks would actually form a bottom out here. But let's just take a look at gold right now. Gold, nice move lower. But, Peter, here's one thing to consider. 1508.40 is one of the TAS market profiles, bottom of its box. I can't say that it's a bad level to use out there. If we did see it close below 1508.40, then the individual who texted me or wrote in, I guess, by email, about where's a good buy in nugget, we won't know till we see some type of bottoming pattern. It ain't today, or likely not today. Maybe it could be today, but it'd be a test of 1508.40, according to the e-signal TAS market process. Now that's different than when I take a look at my Ninja Trader system out here. If we take a look at Ninja Trader, and I like these profiles just as well. In fact, I like these even better right now. We're seeing price really test the bottom of that bullish structured box out there. Now, we won't really know until the contract closed today, but the number that we're taking a look at out here, give me a second, let me see, where's that box? Where's that box? Put that box somewhere. Where's my data box? Good Lord. I can't find it. Or is it? Maybe it's behind this. Oh, there it is. It is behind that. So let's do this here. Yeah. You can trick me some of the time, just not all the time. So the bottom of that profile out there. Oh, geez, Louise. I got to do this again. Okay, I'm going to take this offline here. I'm just going to tell you what it is. That way we know. So the bottom of the box out here, Peter, on the Ninja Trader application 152580. That's the one that I would be looking at. No, the bottom of the box. Hold on, I'll get it. The bottom of the box. That's really weird. Oh, man, it's just disappeared. What the heck happened? No wonder I couldn't find it. Wow, this is crazy. This is crazy stuff. That's crazy. Wow. Wowzer. You're looking at ghosts. Who's operating this system out here? What? Maybe there was a ghost that was in my seat while I was resting out here. There we go. We got it back. We got it back, but now where's that tool? Gee, sorry, it's like I'm fumbling around out here. Try to just give you a data point out there. That data point, 152730. Whew. Finally got it, Peter. 152730 out there. I'd say if there's a close below that, what you've got is your good old-fashioned change in trend signal. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back. I'm certain you are or strive to be one of the best at everything you do in life. It's the most common trait that we tigers and tigresses share. If you're looking to become the best of the best when it comes to managing your money, let me teach you to do what most wealth managers tell you can't be done, which is how to time the markets. I'm Steve Rhodes, author of Mastering Probability, and for the last 12 months, Timer Digest has been tracking my newsletter signals, which have earned me the ranking as their #1 market timer in the nation for the S&P 500 for the last 12, 6, and 3 months. Timer Digest also ranks me as the #1 market timer for gold as well. The fact is, markets can be timed, and I'll teach you the exact set of tools that I use that has transformed me into one of the best at what I do. Sign up for Mastering Probability today by clicking on the newsletter tab on the homepage of TFNN.com and get immediate access to workshops where I take you step by step how to use an extraordinary set of tools as well as provide great market calls too. Sign up today.
The Path of Least Resistance is David White's daily trading newsletter, and if you're looking for active trading ideas, then now's a perfect time for a 30-day free trial to this powerful daily trading advisory service. David uses his years of trading experience to offer his subscribers his trading ideas each morning in his Path of Least Resistance newsletter. Using a combination of equity trades along with options, David keeps his subscribers up to date with all pertinent market information with intraday afternoon updates when warranted. Don't miss out on this great chance to get a 30-day free trial to David's daily newsletter, The Path of Least Resistance, with no obligation to pay anything. David has been delivering solid recommendations for his subscribers recently, and if you'd like to see the type of newsletter he delivers every morning, then visit the front page of TFNN and you'll find The Path of Least Resistance under Trading Newsletters. For all the details and to start your 30-day free trial today, log on to TFNN.com now. TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. So Peter writes in the den, and I agree with him that I'm starting to think this may be the first real correction in Goldilocks. So, if we take a look at that here, as Peter likes to look at, he likes to take a look at gold price and all those major currencies out there. And I'm in that camp out here. So we can see that gold is moving lower in all of the major currencies. Now, there's not really been a swing point out here that's been broken. The Great British Pound is testing that swing point area from back on August 22nd. So that would be an indication of that occurring out here. And again, here, you know, what I don't know is which of the profiles, Peter, on the daily basis is the correct one. Was it the one from Ninja Trader? Is it the one from eSignal? And I just don't know. They're both reliable. What we do know is that price has been moving higher, doing less relative energy. So Stevie's Rhodes momentum indicator top. That's why I'm going to go ahead and stick with the TAS market profiles out here. And a close below the bottom of that bullish structured box would say you're exactly right, Peter. You've got selling in all the major currencies. You've got a break of a key level support. Now you like to see a second confirmation, meaning follow through the next day. So if you see gold closing below, I think that number was 1527 and change out there, and you get that follow through tomorrow, this would tell you that your first pullback would be to where gold had recently broken out. And that's in the 1412 level. That was courtesy of that TD setup 9 count area. I'm not saying that would be the end of the move. I'm just saying that would be the first place. That would be logical, price pulling back to where it had broken out. And so that segues us into the question that did come in, you know, where is a buy on Nugget? And really what we would do out here, as opposed to looking at Nugget, is really take a look at the GDX, because the TAS market profiles for Nugget are a little bit discombobulated, but for the GDX, they're more reliable. The 1 time versus the 3 time. Now, what the GDX has done today is to pull back to test support, kind of like we took a look at gold is testing support with regard to Stevie's Ninja Trader charts out here. 2920 is the number. So with regard to a close below that level, that 2920, that would be your indication that there is some type of correction that is going on. Now, my chart here for Nugget, for whatever reason, isn't picking up today's activity, but this would say that Nugget could pull back to 1973. That is where it last broke out. Again, using that TD setup 9 count pattern out there. So I would use a combination of gold because of the directional correlation it has to the miners out there. I would take a look at the GDX and its support level of 2920. A close below that says that you've got a further pullback inside of the mining equities. Now, the GDX, again, for whatever reason, the system is not picking up today's action out here, Action Jackson. But I can tell you and share with you that 2275 is the last breakout area inside of GDX. That's where that would pull back to in that area. Now, we'd be watching for patterns as prices pulling back there, so I wouldn't use that as, hey, that's the ultimate price objective and where you would go ahead and take that position to the upside. But what you've got going on in gold, you've got sellers in all currencies out there. If you can crack the backs of support, that's the bottom of those profile levels, that would be your indication of that move lower out there. So that takes care of all the questions that are in out there. I say we just go ahead and we pack up our lunches and go to the beach. Oh, no, we can't do that out there. Well, we could, but we won't. We'll just stick with the markets. The question is, what do we go take a look at next out here that is of value and importance to you? And I don't know what the answer to that question is. What is it that we could go take a look at? Let's go take a look at our horizontal trading ranges out here. Let's go take a look at the ES Mini. The ES Mini, as you can see, it's trading above we'll take a look at bonds there, Peter. ES Mini out here trading above its daily horizontal trading range of 29.34. So this says 30.14 to 30.30. Really, you've got that rising trend line. That's likely where the next top comes in. And that's in the 30.41-ish type area out there, that little rising trend line. You can draw that on your screen. That's just the high from January of 2018 and the high from September of 2018 as well. And we know that the high of July of 2019, that's where the containment of the move higher inside the ES Mini ran into. With regard to the NQ out here, the NQ running into resistance. That's the weekly and daily horizontal trading ranges at 78.81 and 78.43 out there. So this is suggesting, hey, that TD setup 9 count on the 5-hour time frame. That could be a short-term top. And in fact, the NQ is the one that's singing, and that's Stevie Wonder, Key of G out there. I know I got that raspy throat. The last day of the vacation really wasn't the vacation because I was trapped in New York City. Oh, what a terrible place to be trapped, isn't it? You got to love it. But just had a nice little dinner at, what's the name? Cipriani's out there. Fairly famous restaurant. Well, my wife and I got food poisoning at about 1 in the morning. After that meal, that was pretty. You don't want to hear about that. It was not a pleasant ride back yesterday. But that's what's gotten in the larynx, that little acid up there. But anyway, let's take a look at the key of G out here in the 5-hour time frame. You've got the NQ is in that level right now, potentially in that level, along with that TD setup 9 count. So I won't be surprised for retracement out here. Yeah, there was no extra charge for that. That's right. And it was the Langostinos. I haven't had good Langostinos. We caught up with some friends of ours that had just got back from a safari. They happened to be traveling through New York. They couldn't get back either to Palm Beach, and so we found out we were both caught up there, and so we got together, and we were talking about Langostinos, because the best Langostinos I ever had was in South Africa. In fact, it was in the area where Basil grew up as a kid. I forget the name of that area. Basil's still on. He knows. He can put it in there. But an amazing restaurant. And they're just the best Langostinos I've ever had. And sure enough, we get to Cipriani's, and they've got him on the menu. And I'm like, yeah, let's go for him. It was a bad move. I guarantee you it was a bad move. In any event out here, you wanted to go take a look at bonds out here, Treasury bonds. So we look at T-bonds out here, take a look at the December contract and look for its profiles. Now, on the task market profiles, Peter, we've got a close below. Well, we don't know if we have a close below it or not. The number to be watching is 164, even Steven out there. Close below that says we have a further pullback. Now, you might say further pullback to where, Steve-O? And what Steve-O would do is he'd pull over this other chart. You're going to notice that the task market profiles for a Ninja Trader, a slightly lower low out there. But here's the deal. If bonds are going to pull back, and it's got all the signals to suggest that they are, it's got the daily chart singing in the key of G, it's got a Rhodes momentum indicator top that is present, and 153, 27, 30 seconds, Peter, would be the level that I would be looking for T-bonds to pull back to out there. Nothing being wrong, just pulling back to where they last broke out. So that's what we're looking at when we take a look at T-bonds with regard to its 2 different market profiles that we use, but it's topping signals that are in place at the moment. Now, the 30-minute time frame chart out here. Let me see if we can try to figure that out. Let me get this here to the proper contract, put in the right symbol. That would help. Make sure to get the numlocks key on out there. So just curious if on the 30-minute time frame we see any pattern, and the answer is we don't. So I don't see any kind of bottoming signal out here to suggest some type of little bit of a rally up there. I really don't see it. I don't see the pattern. Well, heck, maybe it's a 9 count. No, not a 9 count. Maybe it's we're seeing the key of G. Nope, it was the key of F out there. Is there such a key? Well, there is the letter F out there. Yeah, what kind of musician are you, Steve-O? You don't even know if there's a key of F. Of course there's a key of F. It's key. Dow's up 405, S&P 37. We'll be right back.
If you're in the CD market and looking for a secure investment, the Tiger First Mortgage Program may work for you. The security for these first mortgages are building lots in the tax opportunity zone in St. Petersburg, Florida. The Tax Act of 2018 set up tax-free zones across the country where you can build and hold for 10 years and pay no tax on the profits, which makes these lots valuable. The investment is anywhere from $30,000 to $75,000. The interest paid is 7% yearly, paid on a monthly basis. According to Bankrate.com, the best rate for a 4-year CD in the country as of February 20th is 3.1%. A $50,000 investment at a normal 4-year CD rate of 3.1% would give you income of $1,550 per year or $6,200 over the 4-year period. That same $50,000 investment in the Tiger First Mortgage Program would give you $3,500 per year or $14,000 over the 4 years. Which would you prefer, $6,200 or $14,000 of interest on your investment? If you would like more information about the Tiger First Mortgage Program, you can call me at 877-518-9190. That's 877-518-9190.
If you haven't checked out the newsletters page of TFNN.com, what are you waiting for? All of the TFNN newsletters are informative, up-to-date, affordable, and a must-have for every trader looking to gain a competitive informational edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets to offer you the very latest in market news. Plus, new subscribers get to test drive our newsletters risk-free for 30 days. From all aspects of the markets, including stocks, bonds, metals, commodities, and tech, there's a newsletter to fit your needs exclusively from TFNN. Stay informed each day you trade and get that competitive edge that will help you stay ahead of the game. Visit our newsletters page by going to TFNN.com and click the newsletters button near the top of the page. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Direction's daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. Boy, we dodged a bullet here in Florida, didn't we, with that hurricane? When I left for vacation, it was just some kind of storm. It was supposed to be a tropical storm. Blow apart in Puerto Rico, they said. But that certainly was not the case. And certainly so this was, I've been in Florida for over a quarter of a century now, and I've been through many, many hurricanes, and all the hurricanes have actually kind of ridden out one coast or the other out here. And so this is the first time of being away during, major one, or potentially major one out there. Well, it is a major one. I mean, it's hitting the North Carolina coast out there as we speak right now. But having been away, it is much more stress-free. So I will never, when there's another hurricane coming, decide to ride it out in Florida. It is much nicer to just totally be out of Dodge. There's not too much you can do, and I'm in a zone where a lot of devastation could take place. My backyard is the intercoastal. We got the king tide going on, and it's up close to the top of the dock, or maybe it was even slightly over the dock while we were gone. And then the ocean is only 500 yards off my front door. So a big wall of water, 8-10 feet could push through, and that wouldn't be a real pleasant thing. So and how about those folks in over in the Abacos? Marsh Harbor, that's a place where we go to often. At least several times a year, actually. We land in Cape Town and hop in our boat and then go over to Hopetown and stay there. Just beautiful place. We've got friends over there, folks that have homes in Scotland Cay, which is a really beautiful place. They've got their own little private landing strip, so hopefully that's still in working order, and they can land planes there and hop in boats and get over to just get people off of that island altogether. All those islands over there that just got crushed, but it just shows you the strength of those storms. And look, the homes in the United States are built better than they are over in the Bahamas, but it doesn't matter how well it's built. You have that kind of storm blowing through there. So in any event, so no damage here, and certainly thank goodness, and glad to be back. And hopefully it's not too much damage up the entire East Coast out there. But in any event, somebody want to take a look at oil. So let's go take a look at oil out here, and something about a trade that someone had gotten into or something along those lines. but just take a look at light sweet crude and get a feel for what it's doing out here. So here is the October contract. I just don't see much in this. In light sweet crude, just a trade sideways-ish, price above, the top of its daily profile, but I just don't see a whole lot here for like a significant bottom or a breakout or anything along those lines for light sweet crude. You can see the shooting star back here on the trading session of looks like August the 21st. That's held as resistance, or it's held thus far as resistance. If price can break through there, maybe it runs up to 58.82 out here. We've got other resistance, another shooting star back on July 11th. So I just don't. There's nothing here floating my skirt up, so to speak. If I look at a weekly time frame chart for light sweet crude, okay, it's up above its oscillator unchanged line, but so what? I just don't see the upside or the downside potential in something that's just moving sideways out here. And that's what I see when I take a look at the daily, the weekly, and if I take a look at the monthly time frame chart out here, the monthly says, hey, look, 47.45, was a good buy, but that happened many months ago, and light sweet crude really hasn't done a whole lot. When I say many months ago, I'm going back to December and January. December last year, January of this year, just hasn't done a lot. So I don't know that it's maybe from an intraday standpoint, it's a decent trade out here. If we take a look at light sweet crude on a 30-minute basis, it topped with a TD setup 9 count out there. So, and price could easily pull back and test support. And this test of support would be 56.05. That would be where it most recently broke out. But you do got a topping signal, so I would anticipate a further retracement at 56.05. If you close below that, well, that's not what you want to see, especially in a market where it's really kind of sideways just move. Yeah, look, you've got a $5 move from the bottom back here in the September 3rd, a few days ago, to 57. But again, the larger picture just really shows with regard to light sweet crude nothing more than really just a good old-fashioned kind of consolidation. I say kind of because you really don't have a test of the bottom out there. Well, if you do, the larger. Yeah, my apology, but that's what I see when I take a look at light sweet crude. Just not a whole lot for you and I to hang our hat on, so to speak. So whatever trade you're in light sweet crude, best of luck to you. Use that TD setup 9 count. Use a short-term time frame charts maybe to make your market calls getting in and out, whether it's a 30-minute, 60-minute, 120-minute, something along those lines out there. Find the pattern that is working the best for those time frames, and that will be of help to you. So let's see, what else do we have out here that's been requested? Looks like we've got everything. About SCCO. So SCCO is what is that? Southern Copper. Okay. Oh, copper. Well, that's a different. So can we take a look at the technicals on copper? So we can. Copper's in the December contract, right? Yeah, of course it is. Why am I asking you? Let's go take a look at it. But let's go take a look at copper. Dr. Copper out here. Let's change the contract because it is not September. We know that. So let's get the proper contract up here and go see what the Dr. Copper is doing. Let me see if I can get it on my other chart as well. That way we can take a look and see if there was any kind of bottom signal out there. So, oh, come on, take that and go. But as we take a look at Stevie's black background charts out here, these are the E-signal time frame charts because I don't know why the other charts aren't working. Oh, instrument name. Huh. We'll have to come back and take a look at it. Here's what you know, John, about Dr. Copper out here. We can see that price is traded above the top of its daily profile out there, but it's the weekly profile that just formed a couple of days ago, September the 3rd. So I would say what you're looking for out here, you haven't seen a close above the top of a weekly profile in copper since April of this year out here. April, and it was only a one-hit wonder out there. It was April the 17th. So $2.67 looks to me to be your target. And you'd like to see price close above that level out there. Let me try once more on my other chart. See if there's a way for me to get that. I may not have updated these just yet. That may be the issue that it was running into as an invalid symbol. But let me give me a second here just to take a quick peek. Yeah, that's it. I apologize, and I can't get it. I can do the continuous contract though, so maybe that'll be good enough for you and I. It's going to have to be, even though it's not really good enough for you and I. Let me just take a look at this. I'm just looking for some type of bottoming signal, and I don't have that. That doesn't mean that it didn't bottom. It just, the typical patterns that I look for aren't present. Let me just do one of the wave counts here to the downside. Yeah, so you got wave number 4. So this says our fallback becomes that weekly profile, John. So watch the price level of $2.67. If you get Dr. Copper to close above that, that would suggest a change in trend is underway, and that SCCO trade will look even better than it does at the moment. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back. We're going to go have some steak with Ruby, who wants to take a look at cattle.
Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns, as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com. If you're a trader in the market looking for exposure to gold or gold mining equities, then now is a perfect time to sign up for Tom O'Brien's Gold Report. The summer is over, gold is trading back above $1,500, and the 10-year Treasury is hovering at around 1.5%. Tom O'Brien has been writing his weekly gold report for almost 18 years. There's no one that knows more about how the gold market trades and how gold mining equities react. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to lose. Every Monday morning, Tom publishes his weekly gold report with coverage of gold, silver, bonds, the XAU, HUI, GDX, the dollar, as well as more than 30 different mining equities. As of September 3rd, Gold Report subscribers have 5 active open positions with an average unrealized profit of almost 38% for each position. To see for yourself the types of profitable trades that are recommended within the Gold Report, sign up today by visiting TFNN.com.
You know what's cool? Taking something that's good for you. Something specifically formulated to help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Nico, our hunter and gatherer ancestors found all their nutritional requirements for health in their wild environment. But today, our food sources no longer contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients our bodies need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, oil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty, and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated fulvic and humic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They have been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, life cannot exist without them.
That's right, Paige. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge, formulated and approved by Nico and Paige of Living Primal Lifestyle. Buy it today for just $89. Click on the Primal Edge banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
This is David White. Stay tuned because coming up next is the Power Trading Hour right here on TFNN.
Welcome back. Welcome back, folks. So that hour has gone by quickly. Hey, I'm going to fill in for Larry tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. So depending on how the Larynx feels, I may go ahead and replay that show from 1 to 2. But tune in live 9 to 10 while I do the show. Again, if I'm feeling just fine, we'll go ahead and do it. Right now, the throat is kind of so to speak out there. But we do have a couple of questions that have come in. One from Ruby wanted to take a look at feeder cattle. Ruby, I think that the contract month for feeder cattle is November, but I could be wrong on that. But here, if we take a look at the feeder cattle equity futures, or the futures contract, here's what we've got. You've got a new profile out here. You got a new daily profile formed 2 days ago, bullish in structure, and this would suggest to move up to the 134.56 level. That would become your next resistance. That's also the bottom or near the bottom of the weekly profile out there. So it looks like that's your next area of resistance. September is what you say on the feeder cattle. Let me see here. If you take a look at that, we just take a look at profiles, see if they populate for you quickly. Let me pull this back here. There, I don't have any profiles for you to really base your decision if you're long this, because it's trading below both the weekly and the daily bottom of the boxes out there. So a slightly different message for September out there. We obviously want to get the correct contract out here, and then I can get you the right information. So if it is September out here, see you in September, so to speak. What a great one-hit wonder that tune is. I just don't have anything for you to trade off. The last thing was canopy growth. Jeff taking a look for a entry point in canopy growth. You know, you may just have it out here. If I take a look at the weekly chart for you, Jeff, looks like this week is going to be a TD setup 9 count confirmation. That says it could be a bottom, or at least a bounce up to 32.04. So the signals thus far inside canopy growth are looking pretty good for a trade for a buyable bottom. Hey, folks, thanks so much for being here. Glad to be back with you again. Tune in tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock for sure, to catch the live show. Maybe we'll do a live show again at 1 o'clock. If not, we'll make sure that it's pertinent between 1 and 2. Have a great Thursday. We'll look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Take care.